Hey guys, this is a tutorial for creating your ACSM dashboard. This is going to be running the latest version 2.3.6. We are going to be doing this via AWS. So once you've launched in and created your account, you can go to EC2, click on instances, and then it will bring you to this web page. You'll then name your VM to whatever you'd like. I'm just going to name it like that. We're going to use Ubuntu is x86. We are going to use T3 small for this. I think 2 CPUs and 2 gigs of memory is fine. Now you'll need to create a key pair if you do want to connect via PuTTY. So we're just going to create one. If you want to use OpenSSH, you can use .pen, but we're going to use .ppk. We'll download this. Now once we go to the network settings, we need to make sure auto assign public IP is enabled. I've created a VPC and a subnet, so if you do want to know how to create a VPC and a subnet, I will link a video in the description. I already have a security group which is currently has all ports opened in both the inbound and the outbound, which is not ideal, but just for testing and the video purposes I've done that. I would recommend just opening the ports and noting down which ports you need to open in the server dashboard, and then closing the unopened ports in this. You can connect via PuTTY. We are not going to do that. We're going to use EC2 instance connectors. This is just a little bit faster, a little bit easier. So first we are going to install XFCE4. We may have to do sudo apt update. Yeah, so for some reason, because it's not been updated, it doesn't know what XFCE4 was, but now we've updated it, it has recognized the command. Okay, now we can install XRDP. So sudo apt install XRDP. Once we've installed this, we can then just initialize and start the XRDP. So hopefully we'll then be able to remote desktop in from our Windows local machine. So now it should have started. I would recommend setting a password for your user. Otherwise you will not be able to connect. So now we can go to RDP, insert the IP address of the machine, accept the connection. We'll then see this. We can then enter the username and password. Fine. Okay, so now we will just log in. We're going to have to install Firefox because the default browser doesn't work. Now that Firefox has been installed, we can then run it. Oh, it's not working like that. Will I open it like this? Okay, it is opening. So now we need to go to Emperor servers. Once you've downloaded your license key and your Linux AMD 64 server manager, once you've done that, you can then create a folder called whatever you'd like. I'm just going to call it Assetto Corsa server. Now I'm going to go to downloads because that's where it is. I'm going to cut this, go to Ubuntu, go to the new folder, paste it into there. Then I will come back, move to Assetto Corsa server, and then you will need to install unzip to unzip the file. I've already got that installed because I just installed it before. So now I'm going to do unzip. Sorry, what is it called? Unzip ACSM. And now I'm just going to edit the config file. I'm gonna, it says leave it. I think I'm gonna leave everything as default, except for disable plugins. I do want to use plugins on my system, so I'm gonna put this to false, which means plugins will be enabled. Now I will just do /server manager. This means I will now run the server manager. Okay, the license again has to do is need to make sure that the server manager is green, which means it's executable. So if it isn't green and it's white, similar to these, then you need to do change mode +X server manager. Now that will change it to an executable. Okay, so now I will run server manager. Let's refresh this. I've already searched it, so it's the IP address and then the port. Okay, since that's not working, I'm going to type server manager, and that's the override. So that would mean that I can now put in whatever password I want. Once you've entered in your password, you can then click next, and this is when you can then just do everything else that you need and want to do. So now that you've created your server manager on Ubuntu, you can now do whatever you want, host your own races. So thank you guys for watching.